today's video is going to be on this look here. This is basically a spring inspired makeup look. I did get a little bit carried away. I did get a lot carried away. In my head this was meant to be a lot like softer, a little bit more toned down, just like a simple soft spring inspired look, but then this happened and yeah. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it anyway. Please like this video if you do, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And yeah, if you want to see how this happened, then just keep watching. So starting out with skin, I want it to be like flawless and like dewy. So I have primed my skin already using my Too Faced primer as always. I'm going to take some of this Maybelline liquid illuminator and basically just apply this to my face before foundation. It's really good. I think this is the lighter shade, and I think there is like a more golden shade which I want to pick up because it really is good. So I'm just going to rub that in. So once all of that is rubbed in, I'm going to move on to foundation. I'm going to take my Maybelline foundation and mix that with the Makeup Forever HD stick. And this foundation is like super full coverage and it's got like a dewy finish to it. And obviously I love this Maybelline one, so mixing them should be a good idea. So I'm just going to apply this one first, like all over, and then I will take some of this on my sponge and just go over the top. I can't remember if I told you or not, but I wanted to do like a spring inspired like makeup look, and I want it to be like fresh and bright and like springy, like basically just spring inspired, pretty, bright, yeah, along those lines. Because obviously it's March now, like we're gonna start coming into the spring months. So that is the plan for today. Now taking some of the Makeup Forever one, I'm just going to apply some of this to the sponge because I don't want to drag it onto what I've already put down and like move the product. So I'm just going to take this on the sponge and just work that over the top. So once that's all blended, we're going to of course move on to concealer. I'm going to take just a small amount of my MAC. I'm going to blend that in using first my finger. And then taking the sponge and blending it out. I'm going to use my KVD Setting Powder. For the rest of the skin, I'm going to take this Soap and Glory Instant Retouch powder and just set the rest of the skin. Moving on to bronzing the skin, I'm gonna take my Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC in the shade Medium Deep, and just apply that to the perimeter of my face. Instead of contouring, I'm going to take the same powder and a fan brush, and I'm just going to concentrate the product in the hollows of my cheeks just to like deepen that area. I actually saw Naked Tutorials use a fan brush to contour with, so obviously I bought one, but it's actually amazing. It really does like make it easier because of the shape of the fan brush and because it's so like thin. It really fits into like the hollows of your cheeks where you obviously want to concentrate the most product. So yeah, I really recommend picking one of these up. This is a Morphe 143 and I think it was like £8 or something. Because it's like near enough spring, the sun is starting to come out, like it's staying lighter later, so we need like a glowy look. Colourpop Flexitarian. I'm just going to take some of this and apply this to the top of my cheekbone and slightly down onto the cheek, on top of the brow, on my cupid's bow, the tip of my nose, and on the other side. Blend that all in. And to intensify that a bit more, I'm gonna spray my brush with some setting spray, and I'm gonna take Peach Goddess by Jeffree Star, and I'm just gonna apply that over top. So moving on to eyes, I do want to do something like bright and just fresh because obviously this is a spring inspired look. So yeah, I don't exactly know what I want to do, so I'm just gonna wing it and hopefully it just comes out decent. I'm gonna start with my Makeup Geek palette, and I'm gonna be taking the shade Creme Brulee and Latte, which are these two shades here, and they're basically just transition shades. So I'm going to take both of those on my brush and start applying that all in the crease and over the lid. Morphe 35B palette, which is just filled with like a ton of colours. Whenever I do like a crazy look, this is always the palette I go to. So I'm going to start with the yellow shade down. So taking that colour and running it from inner to outer corner, just building up the colour. So I'm going to take a smaller brush and really concentrate the yellow in the crease. Also really blowing this colour out on the outer corner of the eye and sort of circling it round. The orange shade in the palette here, I'm going to take that on the smaller brush and just concentrate that mainly in the crease but on the outer corner. So once I built the colour up, it should look something like this. So I've kept the yellow above the orange, and mainly just kept the orange in the crease, but really made it like intense. So moving on to the lid, take my Makeup Forever Flash palette, and I'm going to take the yellow shade, and I'm going to just apply that onto the inner lid. These are like cream colours, so you do have to set them with an eyeshadow because they don't dry. But any shadow that you put on top of it is really gonna like stand out and pop, because I have put this base down and then set that with the yellow that we used first. I'm just going to soften that edge. And blend it in with the orange. I'm going to take this glitter and just pop this on like the inner area of my eye, just to add a little something. So as always, I'm going to take my NYX Glitter Primer and put some on the back of my hand and use a small brush to put the glue down in the area I want it. NYX liquid liner in white, and just do some small little dots like around the inner corner and the glitter that I've just put down. I'm going to take the orange and yellow and just run that underneath the lash line. So I'm going to do mascara and lashes and the other eye, and then I'll be right back. Added a wing liner in yellow, which is one of the NYX Vivid Brights liner, and this one's in the shade Halo, so I did add a wing using that. And I also added like orange in the waterline. So yeah, that is now the eyes complete. So moving lastly onto the lips, I'm going to take Jeffree Star Drug Lord and apply that to my lips. I just went over the white with Celebrity Skin because I felt the white was too like harsh sort of thing, like it was standing out too much. So I just put this one over and it created like a really light nude. So yeah, that is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. Please let me know what you think down in the comments. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye guys.